Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today I'm going to show you how to build these awesome Lego palm trees. I'm also going to be building 30 of them and placing them in the Lego city. So first I'm going to show you how to build one of these really detailed palm trees. The first thing you want to do is get a piece of flex tubing. Honestly, any length of flex tubing. I guess you don't want to make it too short. You don't want some tiny little palm tree, right? Then you're going to grab close to 40 of these 2x2 circular jumpers in dark town. I actually found a bunch of them on the pad wall. And I just feed them onto this piece of flex tubing. And this is going to create like the stalk or the trunk of the palm tree. And yeah, you can fit close to 40 of these 2x2 jumpers on here. So it actually becomes rather repetitive, and you just sort of do it end to end. And you want to make sure you get them relatively close together, but it'll have a little bit of flexibility to it because it's on that piece of flex tubing. But if you leave them too far apart, the top of this thing becomes pretty heavy, so it starts to bend the flex tubing, and then you come down in the morning and your palm tree is drooping over. So you just want to make sure that you get them pretty close together just so there's not as much flexibility there. Looks like I need one more just because that flex tubing's coming off the bottom of it. There we go, that looks pretty good. And I always leave just a little bit of the flex tubing coming out of the top there, because the next thing I'm going to do is grab this four-sided snot brick. I've got lime green ones. I found them for a really good price on Bricklink, but honestly, you could probably get away with using any color. And then I'm gonna grab 4 of these life preservers, and I put them on at this like angle like that. I managed to find some reddish brown ones on Bricklink for a reasonable price. Not too bad. I mean, you could go with green. That'd probably look better in the end, but once again, those are gonna be fairly expensive. And reddish brown was not too bad, especially when you order them in large quantities. You want to try and keep those prices down, right? And what I'm going to do, this is unnecessary, but you see these? They're like little carrot tops. Almost look like little tree branches. Just going to put those through the hole so that it goes through the life preserver and into that four-sided snot brick. And that's actually just going to hold those in place, because you're about to put quite a bit of weight on there. And you don't want those falling off, just because a delicate palm tree is, I'll tell you from experience, really annoying. So we're going to feed those 4 through there, and that's going to make this thing pretty rigid. So that is the base construction of like the top of the palm tree. The next thing we want to do is grab a cylinder. Honestly, you could probably get away with using brown, green, lime green, whatever you want, and put it on top of that snot brick there. And then we have these here. They're actually called like palm tops. And you know what? I'm going to put a parts list in a pinned comment and also in the description. And you're going to be able to download, or sorry, you're going to be able to look up all those parts on Bricklink and sort of replicate a parts list for this palm tree if you so choose. Now this is called palm top. What I'm going to do is just put 2 1x1 studs inside the palm top. And that's just going to give some buffer space for when we top the palm tree with a piece of bamboo. That's going to go on top, but I'm actually going to save that for last. So now that we have like the base construction of the palm tree ready to go, it's time to add leaves. One thing I forgot to mention is just make sure that these like carrot top things are turned vertical. Otherwise they're going to get in the way of the little clips on your sword leaves. So yeah, these are called sword leaves. They come in a bunch of different colors. These are the ones that I like to use for palm trees. There's 4 different colors. This dark tan one's really cool because it sort of looks like a dead leaf. This one here is really nice. The lime green one. You know why it's nice? Because I found a bunch of them on the pad wall, so they better be nice, because the majority of mine are actually going to have the lime green sword leaves on them. I think they look good. It's not too bad. Happy to find those on the pad wall. Wish I could find them again, but it seems like this quarter they've sort of dried up. It's definitely the cheapest way to get these palm leaves. But we're going to put 3 of these palm leaves on each life preserver, and it's pretty neat how like the life preserver just sort of holds these at that perfect like angle. Doesn't that look cool? Now I said that this was the most annoying part, and that's because it is. Sometimes these palm leaves like to clip off, but they actually get a pretty good or fall off I should say, but they actually get a pretty good grip on the life preserver, so it's not too bad. You can do it pretty quickly. I have this base plate here because sometimes when doing this, it's easier to just put it onto a base plate like that. And then what you can do is just sort of hold it at the top and put it on, so your hands aren't like colliding with the leaves and knocking them off. So we're going to put a total of 12 palm leaves on those 4 life preservers. That's 3 per each. And then we've got to put 1 more palm leaf on the palm top on all 4 sides. So 4 more leaves going on the top. Now the thing is, these are sort of coming up too high. You see that? That one's coming up too high. It's got to be at a lower angle. And then I'm going to be able to sneak these on. Otherwise, it's going to like collide with those, and colliding palm leaves equals an exploding tree sometimes. But I really like this addition of the top because I feel like it just tops it nicely and sort of hides those life preservers. So when you look down at it, you can't really see the life preservers, but then you're going to get a really full palm leaf or palm tree. Like, look at that thing. There are so many leaves on it. Did anyone keep count? Yeah, there's 16 leaves on that palm tree. Crazy, hey? And then we're going to put the top on. Now, when we put those studs on the palm tree top, we put 2 of them, and that's just going to give this thing a little bit of space up top there. We could probably get away with just using 1 of them, but you can see that the bamboo, like the sprouts of the bamboo, are sort of already colliding with the palm tree. So I just like putting 2 on there. A cylinder just raises it up a little bit too much, but the 2 studs seems to do a good job. And then we have our palm tree, right? It's got a little bit of a droop to it, got a nice angle. It looks really good. It's strong, like you can wag this thing around, but you don't want to start touching these leaves. The moment you start touching them, they could fall off. But this is definitely some of the strongest palm tree builds I've ever seen, and the most realistic looking palm tree builds as well. Holy cow, this is approximately 70 pieces. Crazy, hey? You've got like 40 for the flex tubing and all these jumpers, then all the centerpieces, like the life preservers, that cylinder, the snot brick, and then the 16 leaves. Wild, hey? So I went ahead and collected all of my old palm trees from the beach here, and also from this beach by the mansion. And there used to be little tiny palm trees surrounding this whole zoo. I collected all of those leaves as well. The only 2 palm trees that remain in the Lego City right now are the ones on either side of the zoo entrance. Actually, you know what? I lied. There is some on top of the boutique hotel, and there's also some of the newly constructed palm trees across the street from the hotel. So the new palm trees, in total, I'm going to have 33 of them when they're fully constructed. In order to build 33 of these, you need 528 of the sword leaves. Oh my gosh, I should have done that math before today. Because guess what? After collecting all of my sword leaves, I don't have enough. It is unfortunate. So right here in front of us, I've got 16 palm trees. And what I've actually done in order to build more palm trees is I reduced the amount of leaves on them. The little life preservers only have 2 leaves. So these ones aren't quite as full as I would like them to be. In fact, this is the one that we just built with 3 of the palm leaves on the life preservers. And then these are the ones with only 2. I actually don't think they look too bad. Maybe I don't have to add 3, but I do think that they look substantially better. So in order to replace the ones in the zoo, and in order to finish all of these palm trees over here, and then also add an additional 4 leaves to all of these pre-built ones, I have to order 352 more sword leaves. And 33 palm trees have 528 sword leaves. That's 16 per tree. That's a lot. I had no idea the number was that big. So I guess in addition to placing these palm trees in the Lego City, we're also going to be heading over to bricklink.com and also the Lego website to see if we can find any leaves to fix this problem. So here's the Lego City beach before the palm trees and after. Now I know I might sound ridiculous here, but I actually didn't even build these palm trees for the beach. I think they look good. Honestly, I think if I add any more in this area, I think it would become overcrowded with palm trees. I'm not even sure if I want these ones that close to the water, but I think they do a great job of adding some color. They might block some details, but I love trees because then you like look around them and you see all the details just sort of like in amongst the trees, right? I did add 3 back there by the fish market, and I think those ones do a great job of sort of filling that spot there and adding some more color. But like I was mentioning, I didn't necessarily build these trees for the beach because the beach already looks pretty good as is. It just needs a few palm trees. I mean, how many is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I guess that's 9. That's quite a few. But I mainly got these for the amusement park because when I started developing the amusement park, my main large vegetation is actually going to be palm trees. I wanted to get away from using deciduous trees just because I have so many deciduous trees on this side of the Lego city. So I think as we transition over here, it's going to become more palm trees. And that's why you see I already have 3 here and some on top of the boutique hotel, and actually have some more spaces over there for some additional palm trees as well. I just really like having different styles of vegetation in the Lego city, and I think when these are part of the amusement park, they are going to look really good. Now, luckily for me, I haven't really started doing any of the official landscaping in the amusement park because I just haven't gotten there yet. So hopefully I can order the additional sword leaves that we need to finish all of these palm trees in time for the amusement park landscaping. But just for fun, there we go. We've got 4 in the amusement park, 2 on either side of the Disney castle there. And I'm sure there might be some sort of around here maybe. Might add some nice color, break up that train track quite a bit there. And also the addition of the other vegetation such as the hedges and those nougat sort of walls that I was talking about adding should help break up some of the color of the train track as well. And then once we get all those other palm trees made up, they're going to look really good back there by the other rides. And nothing too crazy over here, just a couple palms by the mansion. And it's actually pretty hard to believe that with 12 remaining to be built, there's actually 21 in the Lego city right now. So I'm starting to think maybe I didn't order enough of those base parts to create the correct amount of palm trees, because is 12 going to be enough for the remainder of the amusement park? I guess so, maybe. But how many do we have right here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 right there, just in the front of the amusement park. That's half of what we have left. So did I order enough of like the base parts? I don't know. Maybe I've got to give this Bricklink wanted list a serious look and consider ordering even more pieces to create more palm trees even after we order the sword leaves for the remaining ones that have to be built. Either way, let's take a look at that Bricklink wanted list. So here's the detailed list of the parts. So we've got our leaves, dark tan, green, bright green, and lime green. We've got 5 of each of the greens and 1 of the dark tan. That gives you 16 leaves. I think that's a good color combination. Just changes it up a bit, right? Then you've got the 2x2 circular jumpers there. There's the tree palm top and the bamboo, the preserver, the cylinder, the carrot top, the studs, and then the green 4-sided snot brick, any color really for a lot of these parts, and then also the hose right there. So yeah, in total it's approximately 70 pieces, 1 less actually. So I guess the sword leaf is part number 10884. So I'm just going to click on that. And up here where I can select a color, I'm just going to go all colors. And then I normally don't mess around, especially in this case when I have 352 of these. I'm just going to sort these by highest quantity. And odds are the greens are going to be on the top, just like this here. So it looks like these are going to retail for about 45 cents, 35 cents. So you do the math there, I need 352 of them. It's about 150 bucks roughly, right? To get all of the leaves on the palm trees. And that doesn't include getting more if I want to get more. Now, the crazy thing is if you look at these on the Lego website, they sell for 92 cents. So clearly I won't be ordering them from Lego, although when you do order them from Lego, you do get your GWPs, you get your points, and it is free shipping. Still think it's going to be way cheaper for me to order them from Bricklink. Yeah, so there we go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial here on how to build these amazing palm trees. I for sure need to order more sword leaves, but I'm not sure if I'm going to order more parts to create even more palm trees here for the Lego City. Let me know what you think by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. And farewell. Have a great day.